the hidden evolution of energy in today's overstimulated world, where dopamine is sold through every swipe, click, and image. Very few men truly know their own power. Most live disconnected from their life force, constantly drained by digital lust, instant gratification, and meaningless pleasure. Yet, beneath this chaos, there exists a sacred path, the journey of semen retention, a silent revolution that transforms ordinary men into disciplined, radiant, and magnetic beings. This journey is not a trend, it's an awakening. It's the rediscovery of an ancient truth, that sexual energy is life energy, and when preserved, it builds focus, charisma, creativity, and inner peace. Through the 10 stages of semen retention, every man experiences a psychological, physical, and spiritual rebirth. The stages are not linear. They evolve, fluctuate, and test every part of your being. What begins as a simple challenge becomes a deep transformation. It reshapes your brain, rewires your habits, refines your purpose, and redefines what success means in the modern age. This is not an easy path, but it's the one that leads from emptiness to mastery. The chaos and the awakening, the beginning of semen retention, begins with awareness, the realization that you've been living as a slave to pleasure. Most men discover this after years of addiction, endless scrolling through explicit content, low motivation, weak focus, and a haunting feeling of emptiness. The modern world normalizes this behavior. It calls it relaxation or stress relief. But deep down, you know something is wrong. The moment you say, "Enough," this is where the true grind begins. The first few days are intense. The mind screams for release. The body trembles with stored tension. The urges come like storms. But this stage is not about perfection, it's about resistance. Every time you resist, you weaken the addiction's control. In modern life, where attention is currency, controlling your sexual energy gives you a superpower. Your brain starts rewiring itself. You begin noticing the triggers that enslaved you: late night scrolling, boredom, emotional emptiness, or stress. Awareness replaces autopilot. You stop being a puppet of impulse and start becoming the observer. These early days are chaotic but necessary. You're detoxing from one of the strongest addictions known to man. Your brain chemistry begins to stabilize. Sleep deepens. Emotions surface. You begin to feel everything: frustration, excitement, confusion, because you're no longer numbing yourself. This chaos is the first step toward clarity. The struggle and the rebuilding after the initial detox comes the struggle stage. Around week 2 to 3, the body craves what it's used to: constant dopamine. The mind starts rationalizing relapse. Just once more. It's normal. Everyone does it. This is the mental battlefield where most men fall, but those who push through discover a deeper layer of strength, discipline born from discomfort. This stage mirrors modern life itself. You're surrounded by temptations, from provocative media to casual conversations that trigger old habits. Your phone becomes both your tool and your test. Here, you start understanding that semen retention isn't just about abstaining, it's about reprogramming. You learn to use your sexual urges as fuel rather than friction. Then comes the rebuilding phase. Around 1 month in, your energy starts rising. Focus improves. You wake up with purpose instead of fatigue. Work feels sharper. Gym sessions become stronger. People notice a difference. They can't explain it, but your presence feels heavier, more magnetic. Your body begins regenerating. Testosterone levels stabilize. Confidence grows. This is where modern success begins. Not from chasing goals externally, but from mastering energy internally. You start realizing that true masculinity is not about aggression or dominance, but about direction, the ability to channel raw desire into creation. The transformation and the clarity: once you've crossed the 1-2 month mark, you enter the transformation phase. The fog that once clouded your mind lifts. You feel emotions deeply, not from instability, but from authenticity. You begin to understand women differently, not as objects of lust, but as reflections of energy. Attraction becomes more spiritual, not just physical. This stage redefines success. You start operating from clarity, not chaos. You make sharper decisions, take bold actions, and handle pressure with calm authority. Your eyes reflect stillness, your voice gains gravity, people respond to you differently, they feel your grounded energy. In the modern world, where everyone's energy is scattered, retention makes you stand out naturally. You don't need to prove your worth. Your vibration does it for you. This clarity stage teaches you how to use your sexual energy for manifestation, to visualize, plan, and execute with intensity. You stop chasing validation and start building legacy. The 6th stage, emotional stability, follows transformation. Old wounds may surface: guilt, shame, fear, but now you face them with maturity. The energy that was once wasted becomes the light that heals your past. You realize that semen retention is not just about control, it's about integration. You're not escaping desire. You're mastering it. The flow and the magnetism, by the third month, you reach the flow state. Your body and mind move in harmony. You feel lighter, yet more powerful. Every breath feels alive. You no longer fight urges, you've befriended them. The energy that once felt chaotic now flows upward, powering your creativity, intuition, and self-expression. This is where your aura becomes magnetic. People feel drawn to you. Women sense your controlled energy. It's not lustful, but grounded, calm, and confident. Men respect you because your presence demands it. You've become the example of what modern masculinity looks like. Discipline with compassion, strength with peace. Your work becomes art. Focus is razor sharp. You begin achieving goals faster, not because you're rushing, but because your mind no longer leaks energy through distraction. You realize that everything in life, from business to relationships, is energy exchange. You now guard your energy like treasure, using it with precision and purpose. At this point, you begin experiencing what ancient masters called OIS, or spiritual radiance. Your eyes shine, your skin glows, your speech becomes impactful. You feel connected to your purpose, to nature, to something higher. Modern success now carries a deeper meaning. It's no longer about money or fame. It's about alignment and peace. The purpose and the mastery. Stage 9 is purpose ignition. When your life force energy stabilizes, your true purpose reveals itself. You start realizing why you're here. The same energy that once pushed you toward lust now drives you toward greatness. You become obsessed, not with women or validation, but with self-improvement, creation, and contribution. This is where men create empires, businesses, and art that outlive them. History's greatest creators, from Tesla to Da Vinci, understood this. They preserved their sexual energy, not to suppress it, but to channel it into genius. You begin to understand that your seed is sacred, not just biologically, but spiritually. Finally comes Stage 10 Mastery. This isn't about eternal abstinence, it's about control. You're no longer ruled by urges, you rule over them. Sex becomes sacred, not casual. Pleasure becomes meaningful, not mindless. You can now engage with women without losing energy, because you operate from abundance, not need. In this stage, success flows effortlessly. You attract opportunities because your energy field vibrates at a higher frequency. You think clearer, move calmer, and radiate confidence without arrogance. You've become the man the modern world rarely produces, grounded, powerful, and awake. Conclusion: the modern monk in a digital world. Semen retention, in its essence, is a modern spiritual discipline disguised as a physical practice. In a time where everything screams for your attention, retention brings your focus back inward, where true power resides. The 10 stages take you from chaos to clarity, from lust to love, from confusion to creation. Each relapse teaches humility. Each victory builds character. Each moment of stillness strengthens your aura. This journey is not for everyone. It demands patience, solitude, and courage. But for those who persist, the results are undeniable. Energy that fuels dreams. Confidence that attracts success, and presence that commands respect. The man who learns to master his energy becomes unshakable. He no longer chases, he magnetizes. He no longer seeks pleasure, he creates fulfillment. In a world that profits from your distraction, the greatest rebellion is self-control. And when you master that control, you don't just change your habits, you change your entire destiny. Before we conclude, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and do not forget to drop your location in the comments. Love to know where you are watching from. And if you ever have any questions, join our Telegram channel where we interact directly and help each other grow. The link is in the description.